Layla, and they love her, and she's going to her new home. Some of the timbers, this is obviously Tasmanian blackwood through here, and that piece is one solid piece to there, and that spot up there is where a little witchetty grub got in, but we decided to leave that one. The soundboard is celery top, quarter sawn across the grain, which is quite a hard, it's a bright sound with camphor laurel, because Carol loves camphor laurel, so do I. Book matched. This is celery top pine here for the side rails. This is out of an old piano that was made in 1877. I'm not sure what the timber is, but it was just right for this harp. The laminations in the centre are Queensland hoop pine. This is Tasmanian myrtle. This is pussy willow and tuning key's pussy willow. So when I'm tuning the piano, the harp, I'll just turn it off from the character image. So for stringing the harp, Carol, you push it in through that way, you have a lot of length down through there. You find it somehow with a hook or something, then you bend it to about that much, kink it, get it nice and crimped, tie a knot like that, just a circle, and then pull it up like that, remembering not to do that to the string because it will make the string sound funny. You can't just stretch it reasonably straight. That's what you end up with. Then this is something we prepared earlier, a piece of brush cutter cord with a point on it. Watch you don't stab your fingers, and you slip that through there, like that. For the bigger strings you have to loosen it off a bit. You can slip it underneath that piece there. The reason for that is when it comes back inside, if you put it the other way, that little piece might touch the soundboard and cause an annoying buzz. Pull it tight, and then you slip it up. Once you've slipped it up through here, do an inspection in case it's dropped out, or just like that, okay? Because it's annoying for you down the track. You bring it up to the top and just copy the other ones. Now when you're tuning, if you've broken a string, you might either have to unwind or wind the pin, because these pins are handmade. So, and I was talking to a harp maker in Melbourne who buys commercially made ones which are all steel, which we don't like the look of. He said he has the same situation. So, and they're commercially made, so we're quite happy with that. Right, to tune it, always make sure you hear the sound before you move it. And you could kind of hold your body against it, and if it's loose, you just have to push the pin further into the neck because they're tapered. Up here, move them just a fraction, and always trace the string from this side so that you're on the right one. You will break them because they the bass strings you mightn't be able to hear. They're usually playing together. When they get like that, you're not sure. And if you do over tighten them, they will break. And it will cost you $20 to buy another one. And a weight, because they have to come from Adelaide. Just a reminder that when you put the harp in the car, I'll show you that when we go around. You open the back door and you slide it in that way, so these pins are toward the back seat that way, so that down the track when you get levers, you don't damage the levers. That's the reason. You can carry it like that. Most people, if they're not looking, they scratch the bottom. I've done it myself. Yeah. Not to ever leave it in the hot sun or near a wood heater if it starts to get warm to move it. But they're that's just for its longevity. They're very robust, and this model is very strong. The straight column ones like this one here, they're more fragile. So let's get on with the show. just play you something first to make sure it works.
Yeah.
This is by Lorena Mechanic.
Oh, I love her.
Right.
Beautiful.
It's just like knitting. I'm shy, aren't I? I'll just play some exercises. Now, this is for the left hand, but I'll put it on to the right hand. That's what's good about the harp, they mirror. With the piano, when you're playing the piano and you use 5 fingers, your thumb has to start with a little finger like that. The harp is on the same plane, like that. Okay? Elbows out if you're comfortable. You can usually lock your knees against that, so you can play side saddle if you want to. You hold it against the shoulder here like this. So the height's important, and it doesn't have to be an elaborate stool, it can be paint can, whatever. You can raise the harp up too, and maybe Robbie, or you can make a little, I make a little stage about this size to put my harp on usually. I'll keep giving them away. The reason being, if you don't, someone walking around, if you've got visitors, don't accidentally bump it. It also gives it a little bit of respect, so that you don't have chocolate covered chopsticks into your fingers playing your harp, except by invitation by you. It's your harp.
Right.
Now the hand position. So this is normally for the left hand. It's like that basically. And this is D, F, A, D. So you've got a black one there. Can you see that clearly on the screen?
And the black one is
F.
Is F.
Yeah. This harp's tuned in the key of F, so when you're tuning it with your chromatic tuner, F, G, A sharp, C, D, E, F, infinity. The reason for that is because you can get to play in more keys, and if you decide to put a lever on every string, and if you get to that level, that's time to buy a pedal harp.
Right.
If you put a lever on every string, you can only get sharp, and sharp means to make the note higher this way. Yeah, you can only get sharps. So that's the reason. F, G, A sharp, and C, or B flat. But an electronic tuner they call it A sharp. If you decide to play in the key of C, you bring the B down, B flat. It's B flat or A sharp now. You bring it down to B. Okay, so you can just detune that string if you decide that's the key you want. That applies to any. If you want to play in the key of G, you tune the B and the F, and hopefully someone like John or is Robert a musician?
No.
Okay. Can help you, but you learn that during the lesson. So at this point it's in the key of F, which gives you all the. So that is an F chord. It's a major chord, a happy chord. Michael rode the boat ashore. Good way to remember a major chord. A minor chord is this one down where we start. It's that nice sad or melancholy sound. That's more of a happy chord, and they're all important. So this is your first step. I'll do it the way it should be. It's like this. Fourth finger on D, third finger, and your little finger just comes along for the ride. Sometimes they stick up, but you get used to it. Fourth finger on D, third finger on F, which is black, second finger on A, and then thumb has to come across and bend on D, which is above the red one. Okay, so I'll demonstrate it with this hand. And just take your time and have a look at your hand. Most of us tend to be like this, and then our fingers need to escape. There are only 3 notes in the chord, but because we've got 4 fingers, we start the next one with a thumb. Well, most people have 4 fingers. I do anyway. So the right hand starts on the black here. You can play it that way or that way, or use your own freedom, or coming down. That's the first thing, and that is used all the time. Right, the next part of that is, and this will be done with the left hand. The left hand normally plays up to about there, and the right hand, that's as a general rule only, is this. So this is for left hand, but it applies to right hand. If you want to do a cycle, like that, quite difficult, and to avoid buzzing too, is you